easily seen off Japan by 33 points to Fiji against Kenya next up in Pool B, with Fiji having easily seen off Japan by 33 points to 7 in their first round encounter, and Kenya defeating France, who have just put 50 past Japan in their second game. So we'll have to wait until the encounters between France and Fiji and Kenya and Japan later this afternoon, early evening, to determine who's going to go through from this pool. Just 2 victories for Kenya against Fiji, but most significantly, the most recent of those in Singapore, 30 points to 7. Kenya over Fiji in the final in Singapore, the first time that the Kenyans had been victorious in an HSBC Sevens World Series final. And many felt that was the tipping point, Carl Tanana, for Kenya. They've shown a huge amount of promise and enterprise in this series, but that series victory in Singapore would have given them huge belief. This is how they line up.
Oh, most definitely, man. The thing is, for that team that did win in Singapore for Kenya, very different look about it now. They're missing a lot of their big guns. So opportunities for this young Kenyan team to really make a mark. And they were successful here last year in CapeTown, beating the home side in the round robin. And now, I'm sure coming out here, they'll come in with a lot of confidence because they have the players with this physique that can really test this Fijian side.
Now, you mentioned a few players out. Certainly the most notable, Collins and Jera, who would usually wear that captain's armband, but Andrew Amonde is the Kenyan captain. Fiji led by Osea Kolinisau, who is just such an influence in every aspect of the Sevens game.
Okay. Yep.
Massive experience on the score sheet earlier on
behind the line
today in his 54th tournament.
And then we can go.
They looked a little casual early on against Japan, conceded an early try, but that's all they needed to kick them into gear. They're being watched here by their former coach, Ben Ryan, who's somewhere inside this CapeTown Stadium cauldron. And Richard Horton, the referee from England, and Kenya kicking off short, and almost won on the leap by William Mbaka, but Fiji immediately with an opportunity. Mulavoro in under the posts, unopposed. Imosi Mulavoro, all too easy for Fiji. It was promising for Kenya with a short hanging kickoff, and William Mbaka just unable to get a hand to it.
Yeah, right, Matt. Here it is. Here was on. Unfortunately, couldn't take it on the full and just pops up nicely. Good tap back. I think it was from Kolinisau onto Mulavoro on the fly. Great start. Fiji, that's a lot better from them. They just make it look so easy, though, don't they? Even when it goes wrong, it goes right sometimes for them.
Well, Kenya can certainly count on some enthusiastic support here. The South African 7 Series crowd. Well, let's have a look again. Yeah, the flick up was from Veramalua. And an easy passage for Mulavoro. Good contestable restart from Fiji, and one back on their side. Motena Thagi, and now away by Lutumalangi. So adept at keeping the ball alive, waiting for the gaps in the defences to appear. That's a beautiful juggle and a stretch and a score from Viri Viri. Well, there's certainly no casualness about this performance. They would have identified Kenya as the difficult one in their group. They come out firing.
Oh, I was just about to say the exact same thing. You see, they just rolls a pass up. It comes off the Kenyan's arm, but just look at the way he's able to keep the composure there. Viri Viri. They're on point in this game, that's for sure. Started off with a hiss and roll, 2 scores and within 2 minutes.
And worth remembering as well that both the tries have come from kickoffs.
Look at this aggressive nature when he takes it into the tackle, pulls it off beautifully. And I just like the way there's always a support player coming in and behind the ball, so when they do throw those offloads, there's somewhere there or thereabouts.
Not a single breakdown yet in this game. It's been contestable kicks. Fiji on the positive side of both, and again a third time on their own kickoff. Although they've got to retreat to fetch the ball, it is vitally possession for them. Kenya just battling to get hands on the ball at all. And the Fijians will not give away that possession easily. Vera Malua beautifully floated over the top in contact, taking two defenders out as well. But finally, Kenya will get an opportunity for some possession at a set piece.
Play on.
And the quick throw taken, but intercepted by Fiji. Very lost forward.
From White.
Oh, unfortunate there, because he'd done everything right. To Vera Malua. He wasn't offside. They took the quick line out, so there's no offside line. He takes an unfortunately just a little loose pass.
Go.
Otherwise, it was danger signs again for Kenya, because Fiji had numbers.
Let's go, Fiji.
What an extraordinary statistic appearing in front of us here, with just about 4 minutes in, and that is the first pass completed by Kenya in the game. Fiji already with 20. Just speaks to the complete lack of possession, and another turnover going the way of Fiji. And how quick are they to respond and attack the ball from depth? It's magnificent skill from the Fijians. Popped up by Mulavoro.
Did he get it down? Mote Nathangi, that's going to be the question. I thought he did from the naked eye. But again, just these rolling passes are able to get away, and they've given it. So that's their third one, Fiji.
Sevaloni Motenathangi still had a little bit to do, and yeah, absolutely no problem. Great to have the in-goal judges as well, in sevens as well. Quick decisions made. Officials on the spot. Sometimes a quick consultation between referee and assistants.
I think it's great too, backing themselves, isn't it, with the referees? And here's Mulavoro. Waves able to keep along. I actually thought he was going to go, just kept this again composure, popped it up nicely, straight behind. Oh yeah, I've seen these boys do weights during the week. I'm not surprised. Nearly popped that.
That's beautifully won in the air for Kenya by William Baka. Needs something before half-time to give them some hope. Just have not been able to hold on to the ball long enough during this game to make any impression or ask any meaningful questions of the Fijian defense. This is better in the build-up. Loop around from Lugonzo. And now Kenya with an opportunity. Flying up on the outside. It will be a try. Well, it's scored in the end by Martin Owila. Very unselfish pass.
Yeah, I think it was Billy Uriambo that made the break on the outside for Kenya. Just one-on-one. There he is there. Had no room, or limited room there, 10 metres, but he's always been blessed with gas. Does the sweeper easy. Does Big Billy, but in the end gives it to the young man, Martin Owila. Dots down nice. Exactly what they needed, as you said, Matt.
Do tries come easier than that for Martin Owila? The first try in his career, all he had to do was catch a pop pass with no pressure, pop it down. Oriambo gifting him his first score, but he'll remember it for a long time. But Fiji will still look for more at the back end of this first half. Just seconds remaining. That was lost forward. So there will be time for one final set piece in this first half.
Well, Fiji will want to hold out here and try and keep this two-score advantage. Kenya, well, obviously a great attacking position for them. Midfield scrum. One each side. Yes, indeed. So if they get a clean heel, there's going to be numbers to the right-hand side here for Kenya.
Fine. Set.
Brian Tunga with the feed, and he goes for Nelson Oyu. Steps out in a tackle. Oyu. And that's a beautiful stretch, but no, there's a flag up. There's a flag up.
Hi. Timon. Try or no try, we're looking at the touchline. If it was out, we're happy with the grounding. Just looking at the touchline.
Well, the flag was up.
So we're just looking if it's out. Nothing wrong with a put down, Richard Horton said. So good strength. Right foot. Oh, touch the chalk. There it is.
There is a toe on the line. It was well spotted by the assistant referee. The foot then comes up. Look at that. The athleticism is something to behold. It's extraordinary with the crowd who's cheering that. Has not seen
touch. Just wait for the camera to be on you.
That there was a toe on the line.
That's great defense. So from Joel Lutumailagi for Fiji, getting across and pulling him out. There he is here, one-handed. Right foot, white chalk.
Well, we only needed one look at it to confirm that there was a foot in touch. So Fiji running out into a 21-0 lead. Kenya striking back with a try of their own, 21-7 at half-time to the Fijians.
Mana na menuntut maroran polo, bos mana na menuntut kop, tumpit sebaiknya, tumpit kop tang sekenak tu. Nanti torek tu ship tu, lewat hari ni, bertemu sini ni kita kan. Kemarin apa sih itu kita pikir torek ini, kita terpaudak ni. Kita terlepas apa ni karena ekonomi ya. Ya kan, weh, hendak mudik, nanti yang lalu cuma jadi ni.
I'm on the line, but I'll have a look. Wait for me. Wait for me, 10. 7. Waiting for me.
£21-7. Fiji lead Kenya at half-time. A perfect Saturday afternoon in Cape Town. Second round of 2016-17 HSBC Sevens World Series. What a show has been put on. Even better weather expected tomorrow.
It's one of the most beautiful places in the world, Cape Town. I can guarantee you that. Get a chance to come, I'll tell you. Get on the plane to get here. Quick, smart, it's beautiful.
Possession for Kenya, which was sadly lacking for them in the first half. Nelson Oyu. Some strong upper body work there from Billy Odiambo. And now Oyu around his man. Came oh so close in the closing stages of the first half. That's a beautiful pickup of the kick. Brian Tanga brought down just short of the line. And then the try is awarded. Brilliant start to the second half from Kenya.
Well, it just shows you what a bit of confidence can do. Nelson Oyu is the one who's going to get his name on the score sheet, but good recognition from the kick through. Good skills in. As you said, look at this pickup on the fly. That is a tough thing to do. Comes from the midfield, does well. Again in defence. Does Lutumailagi, couldn't hold them out. In the end, just the power of the number 9, Nelson Oyu, gets him over.
And let's also recognise the effort of Augustine Lugonzo with the clean out there. He looked as though he might go over the ball himself, realised there was a necessity for an extra one over the ball to avoid the counter ruck from Fiji. Good decision from Lugonzo, clearing the way for Nelson Oyu.
Hold. Time's off. They got set 8. Got 8.
Conversion missed, so still a 2-score game.
Just waiting. There's one extra Fijian on the field, so it looks like Muruvolo is going to go off on that far side of the field.
Gee, they're tough enough with 7, aren't they?
It's actually Jerry Tuwai. He's gone.
Oh, that's strong at a restart. Vera Malua claiming for Fiji. A wonderful inside ball from Motenathangi, and this will be an easy try for Viri Viri. Beautiful line. He hit it at pace. The offload from Motenathangi, just perfect.
Well, he comes from deep, does Samasoni Viri Viri. That's what's so tough for a defence, because you're looking at what the ball player's doing. You don't see out the back door where the support runner's coming. There it is there, Viri Viri from the outside in line. It's just so powerful with his running style. Samasoni Viri Viri's done that a few times, I can assure you.
And 2 added by the captain, Oseo Kolinisao. Again, an effective restart from Fiji, critical to their success. Just held up for a fraction of a second by Motenathangi. Defender had to have a look at him. And the line from Viri Viri sublime. Another contest in the air. That went forward off a Kenyan hand, surely. No?
Knock on from White. Red's gone.
Oh, they're just the masters at the restart. There's Richard Horton. He was actually former England Sevens player. Played against them a number of years.
Crouch.
It's great to see former players coming back to the game and getting in the refereeing ranks. I think it's brilliant.
Set.
Right, we'll see you in blue next year then.
No way. They're a different breed.
Very quickly up in defence was Viri Viri, but missing his man, Odiambo. Pulled down by Nasako, but good recycle for Kenya.
High.
High tackle advantage.
Let him go.
And immediately the tap and go from Lugonzo for Kenya. And chipping the last line of defence. Quick to turn and defend was Talinga.
Knock on, offside.
And then a man in front of the ball.
Line.
In an offside position, preventing Kenya.
Numbers left him moving quickly here, Kenya.
Amonde holding it up just long enough, but then Fiji quick to get back on their feet, back in defensive positions. That's a wonderful score though. Cyprian Kuto for Kenya. He had plenty to do to finish that try. It looked as though Fiji had organised their defence away to their right.
Kenya finally recognising where the threat was. Just stretch them a little bit. Was Nasoko just using his strength to go over. Now this is a very important conversion. Passes in front. Like I said, Matt, they just have the physique. It really does suit the Sevens game.
10.
Obviously, along with Fiji, Kenya have probably one of the most biggest support bases all around the world. So obviously here.
Come back on.
So the goal kicking has let them down a little here, the Kenyans. It's not something you often bring into sharp focus, but it's 4 tries to 3 in this game. The Kenyans have been ultra competitive when they've managed to get hands on the ball, but the big difference has been in the conversions. 4 out of 4 for Fiji.
Fine. Set. Out the tunnel. Straight out.
Fiji won't mind this because, as you said, still a 2-score game. So as the clock ticks, probably going to be Fiji who goes through, but a good test for them, no doubt about that. So they'll be pretty happy with coming through, I think, unscathed against a very proud Kenyan effort.
2 tries coming in the second half. There was one just before half time from Kenya. They trailed by 21. They made it 21-7, and now they've got another. It'll be 4 tries apiece. Beautiful score for Kenya. Sadly, it's going to be too little, too late for Billy Odiambo and his Kenyan teammates. But
10. No kick.
Enormous confidence will have been taken. Well, maybe there is time, because they've chosen not to take the conversion, which is their right.
Time off. Hold. Time
Well,
off.
Billy Oyombo's been outstanding for Kenya in this game, and you're right, Matt, you don't have to take the conversion, so there's time on the clock, so a restart must happen.
Yeah,
Hold on,
and
hold
we
on.
saw this happen in dramatic style.
Back
England
on.
against Scotland in Dubai. England shunning their conversion opportunity, kicking off, regaining the ball. But now all
Ball's there.
Fiji have to do is get the ball out of play, which they have done.
No. Release the
The
ball.
kick into
Ball came
touch
out.
from Kitioni Talinga, and that brings an end to a very entertaining game between Fiji and Kenya. 4 tries apiece.